Hey, what's up, guys? It's Elisha Jancic. So, this channel, you'll always hear exactly how Jesus is the Son of God. You're not going to hear anything that you've probably ever heard before. I'm going to just roll out everything that I see that points to Jesus being what the layperson coming into Christianity would probably see if they looked at the Bible without having been led to any certain direction, which is that Jesus is the Son of God. And I believe that throughout history, the Son of God, like the begotten Son, it's a pretty consistent definition. So rather than being, led to believe that he is only metaphorically the Son of God on the way to some ultimate revelation of Jesus that wouldn't be clear if you read the Bible, I'm going to be teaching that. Okay, so that took a minute just to emphasize that. It's important though that we have our minds right to say, okay, Jesus is the Son of God. Now I'm going to read the Bible and it's going to tell me how he's the Son of God, because everything is in there. And so you could look at my old videos and everything I talk about recently, besides cultish stuff. If you're interested in that, I have some very personal information to share, but that's not where I'm at right now. So with the idea that Jesus is the literally the only kind that is like his Father being the God from eternity past, his Son being of his God's nature, and Monogenes is the only begotten, right? So John 3:16, God, loved the world so much he gave his only begotten Son. To those for us to believe in him and be saved. Only begotten means monogenes, and I did a video just yesterday about this, probably a 1 minute one actually, but monogenes literally means mono, soul, only, the only one, singular one. Begotten means genes. Genes, begotten, which is from the word genes, is the word for genetics, like genes. So we know that God is a spirit. We know that he's a self-existing spirit. We know that he's from eternity past. However that works, it's up to your faith, right? To believe it or not, right? But this is what we know. The definition of God, right? So the spirit or the nature of him would be life-giving, even though it's not from eternity past. If that's fair enough to you guys. And this is the reason why I'm saying this, I'm building into this, is because in Genesis 19:24, the backstory of this is the Lord. So the Lord being Jehovah, like Lord is an unfortunate translation, and I believe it's intentional to make us kind of confused. But in the Old Testament, in the King James and a lot of other Bibles, they don't put the name Jehovah or YHWH, so okay, this is, Jehovah speaking. They use the all cap LORD, and they probably even do that when it says Elohim as well. And Elohim is like a multiplicity or plural sense when it's saying. So sometimes it's Jehovah, and then other times it's Elohim, I believe, right? But right here, it's supposed to be Jehovah or YHWH. It's Jehovah, or it's Lord, just the Lord. But so this is a verse that, so Genesis 19:24, preceding it talks about Jehovah, right? So the title is really Jehovah, the YHWH, Jehovah, comes to Abraham, and he has two angels with him, and the Lord, or Jehovah, is with him, and he goes and he speaks to Abraham face to face. So Jehovah's there speaking face to face. And remember, in John chapter 1, it says, no man has ever seen God. Yet here is Jehovah talking with Abraham. And he basically tells him like about Sodom and Gomorrah. And Abraham is trying to be like, so if like 50 are righteous, would you save the city? If 40, if 20, if 10 are righteous? And he said, yes, he would save it if there's 10 righteous. And then, now this is Jehovah talking to him. It doesn't say an angel or it doesn't say anything like that. It says Jehovah. Now, he goes and he gets Lot. Like the two angels go and they take care of Lot and his family, his daughters, his wife, his daughters. His daughters' men didn't believe them, didn't want to go. So literally it was just like two, 4 people, right? Lot and his family, his mother or his wife and his daughters, and they all left. And then you see Genesis 19:24 says, then Jehovah, or YHWH, which you see here as Lord, Lord, rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord, Jehovah, or YHWH, out of heaven. So 1924 is literally saying that there are two Jehovahs. There's God, who is a life-giving spirit, and then there was the visible one. In first chapter of John, it says, no man has seen God, or what it's saying is God is the one from eternity past, the Father of the Son, and all men have seen the Son of God. And right here, you see that there is one speaking face to face with Abraham. And let me interject in that as well, that Jesus told the Pharisee, Abraham rejoiced to see me, and he saw my day and he was glad. He was glad to see him. And they said to him, this is why you know that the context was that he's saying, I was there and I saw Abraham, he was happy. Because the Pharisees' response, besides linguistics, right? Deeper into what it really meant, what he was saying, the Pharisee said, you're not even 50 years old. So how is it that you saw Abraham? And he said, before Abraham was, I existed. He is, the Trinitarian spin has been here since the Roman prince of the Bible, right? So we're reading one of them, right? So before Abraham was, I am, that's not what it said. It's before Abraham was, I existed, or I was already in existence. So here we're seeing that this is where it is in Genesis chapter 19, where Jesus is literally talking with Abraham, and he did see him. Unless you have another story, but remember, the whole of Scripture is that God has a son, and he sent his son into the world to die for our sins, to reconnect us with him, with God, with our Father and Jesus' Father. And here you see where Jesus is talking with him. If you can accept that, there are two Jehovahs. And Jehovah, YHWH, if you look at what it means, I was wrong in the other videos that I did, because until I saw this, I was saying God is the self-existing one, only the Father, even though I was already saying Jesus is a complete exact copy of God. This is Greek. He is God-like, and I show this in other videos. So exactly the copy of God, the nature of God. He's a life-giving spirit. He's God-like. All the things that it says. He's the only begotten, Monogenes. All the things that it says. And it wasn't until this verse, Genesis chapter 19:24, that I finally accepted that he's like, because I was saying only God is the self-existing one, but I have to clarify my thoughts and allow myself to fully believe what I'm telling you guys is that Jesus is the exact copy of God. Jesus is the exact copy of Jehovah, or his father, who's a man. Like, I'm sorry, not man. He is like a man is to his son, is literally like, I'm a living soul and my sons are living souls. They're just like me. But see, God's son is literally like him. It's another Jehovah in a sense. It's like Jehovah is what man is to us. Like Jehovah means self-existing one. But here's the thing. Here's where I have to clarify my thoughts, is because of this verse, is that it's okay to say Jehovah and Jehovah, meaning, wow, Jesus is also self-existing because he is like his God, his Father, the exact copy. And the only difference is that one of them is from eternity past and one of them was begotten by that one that was from eternity past. And so there's two of them now. There's two Jehovahs, if you will. Yeah. The Lord, then Jehovah rained down upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Jehovah out of heaven. Genesis 19:24. And with that, I really hope you guys consider, like, this ain't just another one of those things. This is like, I've been holding this in for a long time. I've been like, if you know, I paid a high price for to believe this and embrace this, and like, not this, like what I just told you, like Jesus is God's son, you know what I mean? This, right? And you know, I was just thinking about my son. Like I saw this thing right here. It's a bookmark that he gave me, and you know, though I have a lot of regrets, like, you know, I still keep this in my Bible, right? And I just opened this back up after a lot of grief. So this is the truth of what I'm giving to you. And I actually just am learning something with you right now about two Jehovahs, two self-existing ones. One from eternity past and one is his son. And with that, I hope you guys enjoy this. Like it, subscribe, share. I got to put that at the end of them. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.